Here is day 5 of my 75K challenge, where I only trade an evaluation account during the AM and PM Silver Bullet trading hours. This is for the 23rd of May, 2023. This is the AM session. I'll begin this voiceover by saying I hope you like transparency, because boy do I have a lot of it today. There are 2 very good Silver Bullet setups, possibly 3, and I took none of them. Well, that's not true. I did take the first one, which is the one that's developing on your screen right now, but I don't manage it very well, so let's discuss that. You see the first fair value gap of the hour printing on the screen. The news event took out buy-side liquidity into a 15-minute fair value gap. Kind of a good setup here. We have market structure shift here, and we have a little bit of displacement. And so I put my limit order in on the distal of the fair value gap, and I'm in it. Now, this is the part where I have to admit, I was really keen on some buy-side liquidity levels up above. And when price purged the previous day's lows in the pre-session, or at the open, I was convinced that we were going to head up and take some more of that buy-side liquidity before heading back down. That's the narrative I built up. Sometimes those narratives are correct. My narrative yesterday was spot on, and it resulted in a very confident trade. However, right now in this trade, I'm actually kind of going counter bias to what I had in my mind. And that makes me skittish and nervous. So I move my stop loss closer. And as soon as price gaps up like this, I think I'm in trouble. And I'm not a big fan of this price action. So I'm hoping that we get some kind of reversal here quickly. And now you see my mouse hover over the close button. And I realize I don't think I want to take a full loss on this. I think I want to admit defeat and look for the longs that I had initially intended. Now, the editing gets cut off because I'm a bad editor, but I did close the trade right after that cut off there. Here's the second trade. And look what price did after I closed my trade. It immediately melts down to hit my TP. I should have trusted it. I should have left it alone, and I didn't. I moved my stop loss and I closed the trade. Had I left my stop alone, would have been fine. Had I moved my stop loss to the consequent encroachment of that news candle, I would have been fine. So, huge lesson learned, but now I'm tilted. And as price goes back into the fair value gap that it formed, I enter short again because I'm mad and I'm trying to get on the right side of price going down. As you can see, it's not going very well for me at all. Now, I did scale down slightly. I did start the first trade off with 15 micros, and now I scaled down to 1 mini. I should have scaled down way more if I insisted on taking this trade, which I should not have done, because price goes down and sweeps some sell side liquidity. So why would I enter the trade now? It's a great question, but I did. Now you can see here we have another market structure shift to the buy side there, and we've left behind a 1 minute fair value gap that actually lines up perfectly with the previous fair value gap, and price taps into it twice, and then we start moving up. Now this is another great silver bullet trade, I think, because we swept that sell side liquidity. This would have been a nice place to enter in on had I had a sober mind. And by sober, I mean non-emotional. I'm a little hijacked here, and I'm trying to reel it in. But I was so frustrated that I lost confidence in that first trade, that it tilted me and I revenge traded. Or FOMO traded. Or both? I don't know. Either way, yet again, I get out quickly because 9 times out of 10, when I'm on the other side, this is a no-brainer trade to take to go long. So here's trade number 3. It's related to that one because now I want in. And now I think that the buy-side liquidity levels that I had in mind pre-session are now feasible. So as price makes this surge up and I closed out the previous one, I want to get in here. And I want to ride price up to my buy side liquidity levels. Okay, we're tagged in. Get a decent reaction off that. Now I'm scrolling back to kind of mark that pink line. That's one of my levels that I'm looking for, that I think price is going to hit. We're a couple of hours before the 2 o'clock silver bullet hour. At this point, I'm curious if we're actually going to hit that during that hour. That's what I'll be looking for, but I'm not going to be married to that idea. And I will definitely be on demo because of how my morning went. This is kind of a longer clip. It's a longer trade. At this point, I'm actually coming down from my emotions. I do think it's a logical trade. I think I would have taken this. Well, I probably would have taken it earlier, to be honest with you, at that very first fair value gap. But I'm okay with this one here. I did scale down to 5 micros, so each trade I just scale down. Price is going in my direction. I'm not moving my stop loss to break even. I'm a little skittish from how I suffocated the first trade, so I'm trying to just leave my stop below 3 PD arrays and kind of leave it alone. At 5 micros, my anxiety level immediately goes down. It's not a lot of money. Yes, it's a lot of money to add on to my already losses, but that's okay. I'm under $300 loss at this point, so I'm gonna leave it alone and just kind of let it ride. And you can see my mouse kind of stopped moving a lot. This is when I really started to walk away from the chart, and I started to kind of get ready for other things because this is now going to be my last trade of the day. No matter what, win or lose, this is going to be my last one. So I kind of set it and forget it, kind of walk away, leave it alone. Don't regret that decision at all. What does kind of suck though here is price does go up. We take some more buy side liquidity, sweeping some equal highs here. And then we start to break down. And I do come back to the chart here, and I'm noticing we took some liquidity, and I'm kind of framing the barriers that might stop price. Price does not stop. And now this sets up what I think is the third or second, depends on how you look at it, really good silver bullet trade. We have buy side swept. We don't take out that long-term high, so we still have I think you can make an argument that we still have a little bit of order flow on side to support the trade. Price taps into the fair value gap, and it taps into that volume imbalance, and then it begins to melt. And I do believe this is an easy 5 handles if you caught this trade. But I'm still not exiting out quite yet. Though I am back at the chart, I'm seeing all this, and I'm even seeing the good trade that I'm missing out on. So I move my stop up to those relatively equal lows, and I'm going to let price do its thing here. Maybe we're going to go up. Maybe we're just going to come back down to the order block and we're going to skyrocket. And so I kind of leave it alone here, and eventually mercy occurs. And price takes me out and allows me to move on with my day. So overall, the lessons I learned: second trade never should have happened. This third one, I would have taken it. And I should have taken it at 5. So here are the losses of the day. It's 3 trades total. I did keep my risk low. I think after commissions, I'm at $280 down on the day. I'm okay with that. A lot of lessons to take away, a lot of great things for the journal. Here's the account. We're still up over $1,000 on the evaluation, though we are down just a little bit. So we'll come back tomorrow with a fresh perspective, and hopefully we learned a thing or two. Thank you very much.